Hey everybody, meteorologist Sarah Gannon here. Happy Wednesday, everybody. A windy day. Quiet though in terms of precip, but we are tracking though a few showers in the area here later on tonight and into Wednesday. Better chance for more rainfall though heading into this weekend. Wind has been the big talking point here today. You can see live look outside from your Lewis Notto live camera network. Things are on the quieter trend, but still some gusty winds. We're still looking at gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour towards Rochester, 40 in Mason City. Winds were even stronger than that here earlier this afternoon. The good news is winds will gradually be dying down here in the next couple of hours. We'll see more wind speeds on the lighter side towards about 5 to 15 miles per hour heading into the overnight. Temperatures, though, have been a good talking point as well. We will be looking at some 60s currently in the area. You can see towards Decorah, Cresco, Charles City, Mason City, temperatures there into those mid 60s, low 60s here in Rochester. But notice off to our northwest here, Zumbrota, Owatonna, seeing temperatures back into the 50s. We're starting to see that cold front moving through the region, and that's going to drop those temperatures later on tonight. So we are tracking a couple spotty showers out there as we check in with your future track radar. Most of this activity is kind of developing just in front of that cold front. So looking also, we have that wind advisory in place until 6 o'clock tonight for counties in North Iowa. Again, that stays in place until 6 o'clock. So looking at that cold front starting to make its way through southern Minnesota and northern Iowa with those showers in front of it. On the backside, things will be on the quieter side, but maybe a few more showers possible heading into late Thursday. So chance here for a few spotty showers in the area possible through about midnight tonight. So not everyone's seeing that rainfall. It'll stay pretty sparse in manner, but maybe a few raindrops here and there in the area. Something to monitor for that evening commute. Heading into tomorrow, looking to see quieter weather for Thursday during the daytime hours. However, by late afternoon, especially into those evening hours, could be looking at a chance for a few more spotty showers heading into our Thursday evening. More of that wet weather, though, on the way for this weekend into early next week. We'll talk more about those forecast details in your First Alert weather later on in the broadcast. We'll be right back with more Midwest Access. Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm meteorologist Sarah Gannon. We are keeping an eye on a couple stray showers out there this evening. Another possibility come Thursday. More wet weather on the way heading into this weekend and next week. Live look outside from your Lewis Notto live at camera as we track a cold front moving through, pushing out the warmth that we saw today and pushing through a few rain showers. You can see there a live look from your Lewis Notto live camera. Temperatures right now sitting into the 60s for many of us here in southern Minnesota and North Iowa. Albert Lee starting to see that cold front coming through. Temperatures already back to those mid to upper 50s, low 60s here in Rochester, mid 60s in Winona, Mason City staying into those low 60s. But you can see winds still gusty here in many locations. National Weather Service has dropped our North Iowa counties from that wind advisory here this afternoon. Area wide, we're tracking those wind gusts still upwards of about 25 to 35 miles per hour. So still anticipate it to be gusty here through this evening commute. And as this cold front passes through, we should be looking to see lighter winds there on the backside. But as the front moves in through southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, developing a few rain showers, more so south of the I-90 corridor and east of the I-35 region. So staying pretty straight, isolated in manner. Not everyone will see rain showers passing through as this frontal boundary makes its way through the local area. But on the backside of that, looking at some quieter weather there before we see another stray chance for some showers come late tomorrow. So heading into your Thursday and Friday, more seasonal temperatures in the area. Temps will take a hit compared to today, but we are looking at the opportunity for a few more spotty showers later into your Thursday. Better chance, though, for more rainfall coming this weekend with some storm chances by Sunday and especially on Monday, keeping a very close eye on our storm outlook for Monday. Maybe a few strong storms on the horizon. Looking at that severe storm outlook already on a day 6 here, we are looking at the opportunity for maybe some isolated strong storms as far north as the I-90 corridor here in southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. So if you recall from yesterday, this was into southern Iowa. This is advanced further north. So we're going to keep a very close eye on Sunday and into especially Monday's potential for some stronger thunderstorms. As I mentioned, keeping an eye on that straight chance for tomorrow. Otherwise, late Saturday into Sunday, and again Monday and Tuesday, more isolated to scattered shower and thunderstorm chances are on the way. So we'll see a little bit more wet weather. A better chance at picking up more accumulating rainfall will be on the way here for this weekend. Tomorrow, we'll look to see mostly dry conditions through the majority of the day. We'll see temperatures starting into the 30s for the morning. Some clearing sky is expected, so a few hours with some nice sunshine. Temperatures warming into the upper 40s to low 50s by the afternoon time frame. And then as we head towards the evening, you can see that rain icon there by around 7 p.m. chance there at some isolated showers and in terms of high temperatures across the board here, upper 40s to low 50s on the way for your Thursday. 10-day forecast here. We're tracking temperatures more seasonably into those lower 50s Thursday and Friday. We bring in the rain chances this weekend into early next week, Sunday, Monday. Some warmth on the way with highs climbing into the 70s. That's a look at your first alert weather.
One last check on that forecast, Sarah.
We are tracking more wet weather on the way. Better chance heading into this weekend. We'll also see some temperatures warming into the 70s by Sunday and Monday. Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen will have all those forecast details for you ahead in just a few minutes at 5. We certainly saw some very windy conditions out there across southern Minnesota, northern Iowa today. Let's take a quick glance back at some of those peak wind gusts. 54 miles per hour in the Rochester area, 51 in Mason City, and 49 miles per hour for a wind gust in the Charles City area. Some very strong winds here. The good news is a lot less wind here in the region this evening. So most of us seeing wind speeds towards about 5 to 15 miles per hour. So we'll look to see more light wind heading into the overnight and tomorrow. A cold front has been making its way through southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, even sparking a couple stray showers southeast of the Rochester region. We're looking to see some slightly cooler temperatures ushered in for tomorrow. Temps will be seasonal into the upper 40s to low 50s, but it certainly will feel cooler compared to the 60s that we saw for high temperatures today. Tracking more wet weather that's on the way heading into the weekend and early next week. So we'll talk more about those forecast details in your first alert weather coming up.
Hopefully the wind will be dying down. Thanks, Sarah.
And we are looking ahead to some more seasonal weather temperature-wise for the end of the work week, with highs here tomorrow and Friday into the upper 40s to low 50s. We'll start off tomorrow with a little sun, then clouds return late in the day with a few showers possible for the evening. Tracking more wet weather, though, for the weekend. More on those forecast details are ahead in your first alert weather. Well, it certainly was a beautiful day outside. High temperatures climbing into those 60s. We saw a high of 66 in Rochester, 64 in Mankato, 70 in Mason City and Decorah. St. James climbing to 63, 68 in Winona. So a beautiful day. Unfortunately, though, a cold front has passed through the region. So that means no more 60s, at least for a couple days. But we are tracking some cooler air filtering back in for tomorrow and Friday. We also saw a few showers pop up ahead of this frontal boundary as it moved through southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Most of us missing out on that rainfall, but closer to the Mississippi Riverside, seeing a little rainfall passing through. So that means seasonal temperatures now on the backside here of this frontal boundary, maybe even a few spotty showers heading into tomorrow evening. The weekend, though, keeping an eye on some wet weather for southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Things will be sunny and warm, I should say, come Sunday, but some storms on the horizon. Big focus, though, is going to be on Monday, especially as we have a chance for maybe some stronger storms coming through, looking a little bit more possible. Yesterday, we talked about that threat for some stronger storms making their way up to the I-80 corridor through southern and central Iowa. However, today, this threat has extended further north towards the I-90 corridor here in southern Minnesota. So much of the area has the possibility of maybe seeing a couple stronger storms come Monday. We're going to watch that potential very closely. Rain chances, though, certainly ramping up heading into this weekend. Not a total washout, but late Saturday into Sunday, and then come Monday and Tuesday, more isolated to scattered rain chances on the way. And of course, we're keeping an eye on a straight chance for tomorrow. Some good rainfall looking to come out of this wet weekend for the area. We could be looking at roughly about an inch, maybe up to 2 inches on the high side when all is said and done through this weekend into early next week. Tomorrow, we'll manage a little sunshine early into the day. Highs by the afternoon, climbing into the upper 40s, low 50s, fairly seasonal for the region. Some sunshine in the morning, and then we bring back the clouds by the afternoon, and again, a couple sprinkles possible. 7-day forecast for the Mankato area, 40s for highs tomorrow, then into the 50s as we enter into the weekend. Some 70s by Sunday into Monday. Similar story for us here in in Rochester. 10-day forecast here, 50s the next 2 days, and then some 70s by Sunday and Monday. That's when we have the greater potential of seeing some thunderstorm activity in the region.
Certainly going to keep a close eye on Monday. Thank you, Sarah.
We are continuing to keep an eye on some showers and thunderstorm chances headed our way for the upcoming weekend and into early next week. Tomorrow, temperatures will be on the cooler side for those afternoon highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. Some sun in the morning, clouds by the afternoon, and a couple of showers possible later in the evening. More on that first alert forecast is next. Looking at some seasonal temperatures here the next couple of days, but I have the first alert to some stormy conditions moving in by this weekend. Latest first alert forecast details are ahead. We had some really nice temperatures out there, but boy, that wind certainly was a talking point in the area today. We had gusts upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour being reported here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Rochester seeing a gust of 54 miles per hour, 51 in Mason City, and 49 in the Charles City area for that peak gust. Thank goodness winds much calmer here at this point in time. Hopefully your garbage cans didn't fly too far if you had garbage day today. Still seeing a couple gusts upwards of 20 or so miles per hour, but now that we're on the other side of this cold front, things will be much quieter heading into tonight. Some clearing sky as well. That passing cold front did spark a few showers in parts of the region here this evening. We are looking to see some drier conditions daytime wise here for our Thursday. We'll look to see high temperatures there in the upper 40s to low 50s and morning sunshine. However, clouds do return later in the day, maybe a few stray showers by the evening hours. But more of that wet weather, though, returning by this weekend. So I'll have all the latest forecast details later on.
All right, thank you, Sarah. We'll check back in just a little bit.
Well, it was a warm day, windy too here for our Wednesday. High temperatures today climbing into the 60s, so roughly about 15 degrees or so above average. We saw the high of 66 in Rochester, 64 in Mankato, 63 in St. James, 68 in Algona, 70 in Mason City and Decorah, 68 in Winona, 66 in Austin. Things, though, will become cooler overnight and heading into the next 2 days. More seasonal temperatures here filtering in on the backside of this cold front. This has been moving through the area here this afternoon, even sparking a few showers southeast of the Rochester area. So not everyone seeing those showers here this evening. Things much quieter, at least in terms of sky conditions the next 2 days. We may see a few spotty showers tomorrow evening, but should stay very limited. Seasonal temperatures are in store for your Thursday and Friday. Then we get warm heading into this weekend, some 70s on tap. We do bring back some shower and thunderstorm chances late Saturday into Sunday. Monday will be a day to focus on very closely. Maybe some stronger storms potentially brewing for portions of the area come Monday. So yesterday we talked about the threat for some severe weather inching closer into the upper Midwest. Yesterday the threat was a little bit further south, southern Iowa, kind of that I-80 cutoff area. Tonight, this has been moved further north towards the I-90 corridor here in southern Minnesota, and will stretch through northern Iowa as well. So keeping a close eye on Monday for the threat of maybe some stronger thunderstorms to rumble through the area. And that's not our only day to see some rainfall moving through. Again, we'll keep an eye on that straight chance tomorrow, but better opportunity come this weekend, late Saturday into Sunday, extending into Monday and Tuesday. So I wouldn't say the weekend is a washout. Most of Saturday should be on the dry side, so an opportunity to get outside there, but we do increase rain chances Sunday and into Monday. With that wet weather that's in store, some impressive totals are possible. We could be looking at some rainfall amounts stretching anywhere from 1 to upwards of 2 inches on the high side here when all is said and done over the weekend into early next week. So some good moisture headed our way here in the coming days. Tomorrow we'll look to see some seasonal temperatures, upper 40s to low 50s across southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, expecting to see a high of 48 in Mankato, 51 in Rochester and Mason City. We'll see some morning sunshine before clouds roll in for the afternoon and maybe a few stray showers come the evening. We'll look at that 7-day forecast for Mankato. Some 70s possible Sunday into Monday with those thunderstorm chances. Similar story for us in Rochester with that 10-day forecast. Things looking drier by late next week into next weekend. We just have to get through this weekend and early next week with those wet conditions expected.
All right, thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Nick. Here's one more look at that 10-day forecast. We are tracking a little bit more dry weather here for tomorrow and into Friday. However, we may see a couple sprinkles possible later on Thursday evening. Best chance for rainfall in the region arrives later this weekend. We'll watch out for some shower and thunderstorm chances late Saturday into Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday of early next week. Things will feel very summer-like here Sunday and Monday with highs in the 70s. Monday, we have to keep a very close eye on. No first alert day yet, but possibly keeping an eye on some strong thunderstorms by Monday.
Well, we're being aware of it now. If there is severe weather, we are prepared for it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 9.
Hero.
Well, we certainly had some warm temperatures out there today, but the other big talking point was the wind. Here's a look at some of those peak wind gusts in the area today. Rochester whopping 54 miles per hour here this afternoon. Mason City climbing to 51 miles per hour and 49 miles per hour in the Charles City area. So gusts upwards of 40 plus miles per hour we're seeing here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. The good news is we're getting a break from the wind now. Things much lighter, calm. We're seeing with those wind speeds anywhere from around 5 to 15 miles per hour. So that continues overnight and into into tomorrow. We have a cold front now just to our south that did spark a few rain showers southeast of the Rochester area, and back behind this ushering in some cooler, more seasonal air. So a brief break from those 60s. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we'll see some sunshine here to kick off the day. Clouds though rolling back in by the afternoon hours. Maybe a couple stray showers possible by the evening time frame. Temperatures though will be pretty seasonal into the upper 40s and low 50s. We are tracking there's some 70s and some thunderstorm chances here moving into this weekend. So more of those first alert forecast details in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Sarah.
We are gearing up for more seasonal weather here the next 2 days, but keeping a close eye on the weekend. Early next week, chance for some showers and thunderstorms returning to the forecast area, maybe even some stronger thunderstorms by Monday. We'll talk more about those forecast details, but tomorrow, mostly dry, maybe a couple sprinkles later in the evening. We'll talk more about your Thursday and weekend forecast ahead in your first alert weather.
With meteorologist Sarah Gannon.
It was a beautiful day today. Some wonderfully warm temperatures. Highs there today climbing into the about 15 or so degrees above average. Highs today reaching 66 in Rochester, 67 in Albert Lee, 70 for Mason City and Decorah here today. Just kind of a nice Wednesday for the region. As we look ahead here with your first alerts, looking at some seasonal temperatures the next 2 days for Thursday and Friday. However, tomorrow evening we'll watch the chance for a few spotty showers come the later evening hours. By the weekend, though, temperatures on the rise. We'll see some 70s in the area by Sunday, Monday. Keeping an eye, though, on some more rain chances and even some thunderstorm chances come Sunday, and especially on Monday. We're going to keep a close eye on Monday. Maybe the chance for some strong storms that may be possible. No first alert day yet, but giving you the first alert conditions that may be on the way. Let's take a look at that severe storm outlook for Monday. You may recall yesterday this threat just to our south into southern Iowa. Now this is extended further north into along the I-90 corridor, so including portions of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. So keeping a very close eye on Monday for that possibility of maybe some stronger storms rumbling into the area. Wet weather, though, is for sure given heading into this weekend. I don't think it'll be a washout come Saturday. We'll see part of the day at least dry, maybe some late in the day shower and thunderstorm chances. Better chance for storms come Sunday into Monday. Shower chances, though, wrapping up heading into Tuesday. So by later next week, looking at some drier weather settling and returning back to the forecast area. Looking at that rainfall, a possibility here in terms of amounts when all is said and done. This goes through the weekend and into early next week. So through Tuesday, next 7 days, much of the area could be looking at least an inch of rainfall, maybe upwards of 2 inches on the higher side. So some beneficial rainfall on the way here as we move into the weekend and early next week. Tomorrow, we'll start off with a little sunshine. Temperatures there in the 30s as we're waking up and heading out the door. 7, 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Clouds, though, gradually returning by the latter half of the day. We'll see afternoon highs there in the upper 40s to low 50s. Maybe some rain showers come late into the evening hours. Area-wide high temperatures tomorrow in the upper 40s to low 50s. Looking forward to some seasonal temperatures tomorrow and then again come Friday. Here's a look at that 10-day forecast, though. Temperatures warming into the upper 50s, some 60s by Saturday. 70s, though, on the way come Sunday and into Monday. We will, though, look after a wet weekend and wet start to early next week. Looking at some drier conditions for the end of next week, potentially into early next weekend.
Certainly going to want to keep a close eye on Monday.
Yeah, we know it's that time of year when things can pop off pretty quickly.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Sarah.
We'll get a brief break in the warmth. We'll see some seasonal temperatures tomorrow and Friday. A look at that 7-day forecast here for Austin, Mason City, and Winona. Tracking highs tomorrow and Friday in the upper 40s to low 50s. We'll see more 50s heading into Saturday. 70s, though, on tap coming into Sunday and Monday. So some warmth there on the way, feeling more summer-like. However, we do have a stretch of some wet weather between Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. By Wednesday, extending into the late week, looking to see some drier conditions returning back to the region. Overall, we'll see more seasonal temperatures here in the coming days, just keeping an eye on that wet weather and a chance for maybe some strong thunderstorms that come Monday. That's a look there, that 7-day forecast. We'll send it over to Nick. Let's take one more look at that 10-day forecast, tracking some quieter conditions here the next 2 days. Maybe a few stray showers later tomorrow evening. We'll see some morning sunshine, but clouds do return here for your Thursday afternoon. Keeping an eye on some wet conditions for this weekend, extending into early next week. Kind of a 4-day stretch. I don't think Saturday will be a total washout. I think we'll see some dry conditions there early into the day and seeing those shower chances moving in by the latter half of the day. Better chance for some thunderstorm activity come Sunday and Monday. Notice those high temperatures climbing into the 70s. It'll feel warm. We'll certainly, though, have the ingredients on the way for maybe some thunderstorm activity. And Monday, we'll keep a very close eye on. No first alert day yet, but a day to monitor very closely as we have the potential for maybe some stronger thunderstorms to make their way into southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. On the backside of this wet weather, come middle to end of next week and into the weekend, things looking to dry out for a bit here, giving us an opportunity to kind of get a break from the wet conditions that we're expecting in the coming days.
Lots of rain in that forecast.
Yeah, my eye immediately went to the end of next week into the weekend where it looks like we've got a few days of hopefully no rain to dry out.
Right, right.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate your time, everyone. And as we like to say, you have a choice when it comes to your local news, weather, and sports. We thank you for making it KTTC. Enjoy your evening.